Hello. Am I coming up? Is my mic not working? Yeah. Hi, Sleepy. Let me see if let me see if you wanna come up. Have you seen the movie? Uh, welcome to come up. Oh, just gonna shoot the bull and and discuss Superman movie. Um, I keep on coming in and out. Let me see if there's somebody. No problem. Have a good dinner, buddy. Let's see. Uh, I did see and live the movie. Uh, what's live the movie? Oh, love the movie. Okay. Okay. You love the movie. All right. Yeah, yeah. I'll catch on eventually. Now, Otaku's supposed to be here. I don't know if he's having difficult time connecting or what. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about movie wise. Mm, let's see. The couple thing I want to talk about is some seem it seemed to attract a lot of people are interested in it. Mostly good. Some people are pretty kind of what do you call it? Upset about it. Why is it a movie upset you? Uh, I mean, we have a. I mean, movies like don't we just go, hey, I like the movie, or I didn't like it much. I mean, doesn't it just stop there? I mean, why does it have to be like, why don't you like it? Or why do you like it? How can you like that? How can you like that girl, Virginia? Or what kind of personality if you don't like that movie? Why is that? I don't understand the taking some kind of a hard stand on either liking the movie or not liking the movie. But but most people I talk to seem to like the movie. Uh, those who didn't like it, I don't know. It seems a little odd that for instance, is someone say it's it's for children's movie. It's children's movie. And I'm going, oh yeah, it's comic book movie. uh, it's a comic book movie. What do you expect from a comic book movie? I mean, I think Otaku's here. Hey, Otaku Hyung. All
You
right.
know, you know,
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you fine.
Okay. Good. Good.
How have you been? It's been a while since we've checked in.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. I've been
I'm drinking
What are you drinking?
Jameson.
Gin? Gin and tonic?
No,
One
no,
of my
no.
favorite.
Jameson whiskey, Irish
Oh,
whiskey.
whiskey, whiskey. Hold on, hold on. Oh, jeez.
Hey, Damien.
Hold on. Oh, gosh. I, I got my Dr. Pepper.
Can't
Cheers.
give up the Dr. Pepper, huh?
Yeah. Cheers. That Dr. Pepper.
So yeah, we're talking the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we live right now?
Yeah.
We are.
Well.
Okay, cool. I am
So,
so excited.
huh?
I'm so excited about um, the DC EU.
I keep on getting disconnected.
Can you can't hear what I'm saying?
I can hear you. If I come back, I can hear you. But I get lost occasionally. So we just
So
have to deal with
I
that.
just said I'm excited about the DCEU, the potential and the possibilities with
DCU.
with the
DCU.
gun, yeah, with what Gunn is planning. Yeah,
Yeah.
after Superman, I'm very excited.
By the way, we're gonna have tons of spoilers when we talk about this movie. So if you guys haven't seen the movie, uh, yeah, uh, you know, just come back and rewatch the. I mean, yeah, rewatch us on the rewind. But yeah, we're gonna really spoil the heck out of the movie. Now, I know you liked it. I noticed your Instagram post that you liked the movie and you're excited. Um, First of all, um, let's talk about some of the what. Let's talk about so I we get it out of the way. I was talking about how people make a stand on not liking the movie and liking the movie, and I'm going. I mean, for instance, there's a kiddies movie, so I'm going. What do you say to that?
Well, okay, so here's my thoughts on the negativity towards Superman, and I think it has less to do with um, political idea. Well, some of it has to do with political ideology, but I really think there's a Disney cabal. I really think
Disney
there's a
Cabal?
Disney cabal behind the negativity. And what I mean by that is uh, Disney has a huge marketing budget. I would say it's 4 times the marketing budget of any Warner Brothers production, right? In terms of their just monthly, day to day marketing activities, Disney has probably 4 to 10 times the marketing power of uh, Warner Brothers. So when a movie like Superman comes out, you're gonna have an an influencer campaign designed toward cutting the film down, just making people not want to watch it. And you're seeing that on social media. Social media is essentially just a marketing platform. So people who think these influencers, these comments, these that's the thing. Superman, what were your thoughts on the monkeys writing all the comments against Superman? What like your thoughts there?
I mean, it's yeah, it's like a negative marketing, right? I mean, it's a uh, yeah. I mean, that's what he was saying. I mean, it was a social statement, wasn't it? It's pretty
Yeah.
obvious who it is.
Basically, AI, they have these AI bots, whether they're actual monkeys or whether they're just robots or whether they're, AI algorithms. But you have these algorithms plugged in, but also you have actual people who are, their platforms monetize to have a certain, view on uh, content and favor for them to have favorable views of like Disney content versus everything else, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
So
I mean, go
yeah,
ahead.
I mean that's my basic point. Like, don't go through social media to get a sense of whether you should watch the movie or not. I would encourage, just listen to your peers. If your coworkers or if your friends come back from watching the movie and say, "Yeah, you should go watch it. I enjoyed it." Then take that for what it is. Don't listen to like social media for you to make a decision on whether to see it or not. Do you agree with that, Hyung?
That's a sound advice.
Yeah.
Uh, on my video, I say, hey, if basically I'm not gonna tell you to watch the video or not. I mean movie. I'm not gonna tell you to watch it or not. But if you enjoy the trailers, right? I think those trailers are well made. If you enjoy the trailers, I think you're gonna enjoy the movie. If you didn't enjoy the trailers, you're probably not gonna enjoy the movie, right? If there's a negative feeling toward the trailers, then you're probably not gonna enjoy the movie because those trailers was a kind of small puzzle pieces in the movie, right? And I mean, I think whoever did the trailer for this movie, I thought they did a really nice job of, you know, they took small piece of puzzles out of the movie, but they made sure it wasn't just sky or cloud. They made sure it was some important parts in the movie, and they take it out and go, oh, I wonder how everything will fit in that. And when you see it, I mean, it starts right off the by the way, this is spoiler guys. It starts off with the first trailer they pulled, and it starts with that scene, right? I mean, almost at the beginning, right? So I mean, I thought trailer was well done, and if you like the trailer, I think you'll enjoy the movie. If you didn't like it, you're probably not going to enjoy it.
Yeah,
And,
I agree. The first 5 minutes of the movie was a trailer essentially, right? We knew uh it was basically a an edited version of the trailer, but or sorry, the first part of that movie was the trailer, but in an edited form.
right.
And a lot of the movie, like the conversation between Lois and Clark, that also was synopsized in the trailer.
Yeah, and the Green Lantern one,
Yeah, Green
that
Lantern
was
one.
there,
Yep.
and yeah, I mean, the
There was a
only
lot revealed actually. That's why I tried to, there were like they would reveal scenes and stuff. I avoided all of that because I
oh,
didn't want anything spoiled.
yeah,
Um,
I'm not that kind of, I'm not that upset about spoiling the movie that much. So yeah, yeah. If you don't like, well, I know you're gonna go watch it anyways. But yeah, if you're not a type of person who don't who don't like any kind of spoiler, then don't watch this. Don't watch the trailer. And if you are that kind of movie lover, uh, then you will go watch the movie.
yeah.
Then decide for yourself whether you like it or not. If you
Well,
are that much of a
what
movie
I
buff,
want to point out is something more nefarious, right? Is I'm going back to my Disney cabal. I mean, I'm calling it a cabal because there's no proof. There's no real, like there's no secret society. I'm not saying there's a secret society of people trying to ruin the movie, but what I have noticed is there are a lot of social media channels, and some of them are influencers. They have heavy following They are
Well, I
making
mean,
comments. They're making comments about the movie like they watched it, right? They're making comments like they watched it, but when you probe, you realize they didn't watch it and they're just seeing what their other robot peers are saying and just making the same kind of comments. And it's really nefarious, because why would you pretend to watch something and then say, like, I watched it and I hated it, when you never watched it? Because they're saying things that are really, it exposes their ignorance. Like, they don't get the point of the movie. The point of the movie is like, be kind, don't hate things. And they're like literally being the exact opposite of what the message of the movie is. And so I think it was brilliantly played by James Gunn. He wanted to position that, right? He knew there would be these marketing forces, these like quote unquote Cavill fans, these quote unquote like you know comic book fans that want I don't know, maybe they claim they know Superman but they don't. But there are these real forces that are going to be uh, detriments to the critique and review of the film. He was aware of that, and he built that into the messaging of this movie, which makes it all the more brilliant, because
well,
he's basically saying, hey, look, you can hate on my film, you can hate on the character, but that's what makes Superman resilient. You know what I mean? He's
yeah.
not that. He's the guy that will save you and teach you, like, hey, be a better person.
Well, let me. Here's another one. I had a. I've been doing shorts. I don't know, and you don't notice my shorts or not. And I've been some. I've actually had a couple of video go viral. Couple of shorts. I had a one short from my YouTube that went to like over 28,000 views. It's still going.
Is
You,
that the one where you show the clip, the
yeah, yeah,
Luther, the Luther and the Superman?
yeah, yeah. That one, yeah, that one. Yeah. Then my Green Lantern one. On that one, it didn't do well on YouTube. On IG, he said I think over 200,000.
200,000?
Yeah, 200,000, and it's still going. And
Did
it
that monetize you?
actually I am available for monetization, but
Cool.
I didn't apply for it. But it went, I had like over, I think over 70 to 80 followers just from that, and that's becoming, it's almost 1K now. Faster than my YouTube channel.
Wow.
Uh,
Way to go,
eh,
young. I
but
know that was like your goal, so way to go.
yeah, yeah, and the thing is, the what I noticed was that people who enjoy the movie, they will love it. Those who people who didn't like it, they will leave a comment. This movie sucked. Or, and and one of the things that I really didn't get is uh, why is the Superman so weak? Or he's a you know he's a pussy or something. I mean, something. It's just a whole bunch of comments that are hidden away because
It's the Disney cabal. Disney
and
cabal, young.
I'm going. Wait a second.
It's not a real
They, they,
person.
they,
It's a
they
robot.
mentioned they mentioned how Superman gets beat up right off the bat, right? So that's why he gets beat up. I'm going. Yeah, but he's getting beat up by people of his equal, like the you guy. What was you guy's name?
Ultraman.
Ultraman. Hey, hey, Kenneth. And I'm going. And then it's even hinted that in the movie. It's even hinted that this is Bizarro, right? And Bizarro, Ultraman, these guys are tougher than Superman, and it's his equal. He's a clone, And even within the movie, yeah, he's dumber than you, but he's stronger than you, right? and then but he's controlled by Lex Luthor and his team. So it's
Yeah.
like all teamed up against him, right?
Yeah.
So so I'm going, yeah, he got beat up, but it was kind of cheating, you know. And,
Yeah. You know what's interesting? Again, I think the genuine, authentic people who are real, I'm talking real people who aren't getting paid to say something on their social media platform. Although there's a lot of that too. There are a lot of people who are getting paid who are saying good things about Superman. I'm not saying it's all one way, but the people who are authentic, genuine people who go and watch the movie and just like most people when they like something and they want to share their enthusiasm about it, and you see a lot of that positivity around the Superman movie, like just real reviews. Like I just saw Superman, I loved it. You did it, I did it. A lot of people in our comic book community who have seen it did it. But what I noticed, there's a lot of people in the comic book community that haven't watched it yet, that haven't made a video, that haven't done anything regarding their reaction to it, and that just shows the potential of the untapped market or the market potential for the movie, because there's as much as the opening weekend was successful. When I go into work, it's like 1 in 5 have watched it, or
really?
one in 10 people have watched it, right?
Mhm.
So it's like it's still the majority of people have not watched it. So there's this real influencer war going on right now on social media. And what I'm saying is, if you haven't watched the movie and you intend to watch it, then don't be influenced by whatever other people are saying. Just go and watch it and judge for yourself. Now, if you're not watching it and you're not watching it because you heard from somebody it was bad, I would really question that line of thinking, because it's not
Yeah.
bad. All the people I came out of the theater with were buzzing and excited and happy. I don't know what were people saying when you walked out here. You saw it like twice, right? That same night.
Yeah, yeah, and everybody seemed to really enjoy it. They clap and laugh and things like that. The only thing that feel like a, you know, the where the garage door opening, that was kind of, you know. But other than that, I think it was well received, you know, and people reacted to it, and people were happy about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I,
The kids
I
love it.
my
There's
my
really
my,
nothing to
my
hate
daughter
about the
liked it. My
film.
my daughter don't like it movie that much, so she liked it. So
Yeah. I
uh,
mean, there's really nothing to hate about the film, you
uh,
know? What is to hate about the film? Is there there's not really a political message in it.
yeah, I see some political message in there, but
Yeah, but I mean it's not overt.
yeah,
My point is like it's a
it's a kind
story.
of I mean, general message is that it's for children messages, right? You could just say it's a message for children. You want a peace, not war. I mean,
Yeah,
that's just. I mean, that's a. Well, who's going to argue against that, right?
yeah, yeah.
You must be some deranged person to say, "Hey, we don't want a peace. We want a war."
The people who say like draw the Lex Luthor Donald Trump comparisons or Elon Musk comparisons. Um, yeah, you could draw that, but that's what Lex Luthor was in the 80s too, right? When you look at the reimagining of Lex Luthor in the post-crisis, they basically made him a meat like a corporate mogul, right? And they made him this sort of like very smart, savvy politician slash businessman slash like evildoer. Like he had
Yeah,
very nefarious uh, intentions for his power. Um, that isn't new. That's
no,
like you basically take that and you put it in this film, and then people are gonna be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! You're talking about Donald Trump, right?"
no,
No, it's not Donald Trump. It's literally Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is trying to be Donald Trump. That's the difference. It's not like Lex Luthor is trying to be Donald Trump. It's the other way around. Donald Trump is literally like taking the
Well,
playbook from Lex Luthor.
and some people will disagree. Some people will say he's our savior. So
True. And those people are not going to enjoy this movie. Let's be straight. Like if you have if you're plugged into MAGA and you're plugged into like hating woke and diversity and inclusion and being positive and seeing America as or seeing a figure like Clark Kent as uh, a threat to American values and all that, you're going to hate this movie. Don't go watch it. Right? It wasn't meant for you. I'm sorry. It was the Superman's and the fact that it's become this cultural force that everybody in the mass market is like embracing, right? Pretty much most people in the mass market are embracing the success of this movie and they're
here's why I think Disney would be Disney shouldn't be doing it for themselves. Here's why I think Disney shouldn't do the cabal thing. I hope they're not pushing it because because um, because this gave enthusiasm for Superman, injected new life to Superman. I mean superhero movie, right? And I think this will help Fantastic Four. I believe this will help because you go people were saying, "Shoot, I'm tired of a superhero movie," and you see that then people are not tired of a superhero movie. They actually loved it. So they go, you know what? This was going to be, this was going to be my, I wasn't going to be tired of this superhero movie. I want to go see Fantastic Four now. So I think the Fantastic Four will do good.
I really hope that both Marvel and DC thrive. As a comic book fan, I'd love that. But at the end of the day, um, it's hard to watch the the volume of content. So like you're just gonna have fans prioritize one over the other. Like you know what I mean? Like you just can't watch all the streaming shows. Like it's just impossible. Like to have a Disney and HBO Plus, like streaming accounts, and then try to watch every Marvel and DC. Like you got to kind of pick and choose, and it's competition for discretionary spending at the end of the day. And I think and that's where they're competitors. There's no, obviously
Yeah,
you want to
but
think
I
genre and
understand
everything.
that. But here's where I look at it. It's like a there's there's a if you have a gas station, right? And you are at the crossroad of the gas station. If you have one gas station, that the gas station doesn't do too well at that crossroad. But you have one across the street, all of a sudden the two station does well, because what have become is, oh yeah, that cross street is where I want to go get my gas, because you could come and go, right? So everybody recognize that's the place you want to get a gas at. Same thing with the food places. You have one food place, want to have another food place, and then both does well. If you're just out there by yourself, it's not going to do well. And another thing that competition does is it make both of them do better than each other.
Yeah, it makes it better. Yeah.
So I you, uh, I used to sell computers, and it's a dog eat dog world out there when you're selling computers. But eventually, when you survive that competition, eventually those who are left, they need each other. We realize we need each other, right? And we understand. Oh yeah, you know, it's it's like we used to undercut each other at first, but then we realized, oh man, if I keep on undercutting him, I'm the one who gets. I'm the one who gets. I have to cut off the profit. I mean, it's not cutting part of your arm off to compete. But once you understand, oh yeah, he's bringing the same thing I'm bringing, well, then those we just agree with. And
Yeah.
he has strength, I have a strength here, and we, work on our strengths,
Yeah.
and
Well, again, I think in a perfect system, you would have, because there's, like you said, there's in a resource rich environment, right? In a resource rich environment,
yeah,
you have both people thriving and surviving. And maybe we're in that environment economically right now. You can have Marvel and you can have DC. Everybody's just going to watch everything. But in an economic downturn, when things get tighter, right? People have to make decisions on, okay, am I going to watch the Disney movie or am I going to watch the DC movie? And and that's
scarcity,
that's what I'm saying. Like it's
scarcity and abundance mentality is something we can control. You know, if everybody have a scarcity mentality, we're gonna get there. And if we have a abundance mentality, we're gonna get there. It's just that it's up to us to decide what we want. It's the people, consumer, who's going to decide that, right?
yeah, yeah.
And that, I mean, yeah, I where I look at it politically, if I, that's I'm going to discuss politics here. I look at Superman as America. Okay, I look at Superman as a most powerful nation. It how long we've been calling ourselves, people been calling us superpower, right? And all my life, I mean, that I've been living here, I looked at the superpower United States. We're confident that we're the superpower, and we're gonna behave. We're not gonna abuse our superpower. We say that, right? And we're not gonna abuse it. We're gonna use it for good. That's what we used to believe. Um, it has become where we don't believe that anymore. We don't believe that. We go, oh no, we are becoming scarcity. People are coming, catching up with us, and they want to take our superpower away. We have to take care of ourselves first. We had an abundance mentality before. We still have a capacity for abundance still, right? But we wanna protect our. We wanna. Hey, we don't have enough. We gotta. It gotta be ours. Close the border. Do this. Do that. Just kick them out.
Yeah,
And and we are becoming not superpower anymore. We are. That's all up to us.
yeah,
We could either remain superpower, or we could say we're not superpower. We're admitting we're not superpower anymore, right? And it's not worth. We're not going to do goods. We're going to do whatever it is good for ourselves. Forget about the helping out the neighbor, right? I mean, is
yeah. I agree with you. I think Superman does is. I think the story of Superman over the years, he's become uh, an icon of Americana, right? He's one of those just cultural uh, assets. He's so recognizable, right? He has a long storied history. Everybody recognizes him. Nobody in America. You'd have to be very isolated and sheltered to not know the concept of Superman. Maybe you don't know the details around the story or comic books, but when you see a blue guy in red underwear with an S on his chest, that is as recognizable as Coca-Cola, McDonald's, any American brand, right?
yeah, and do you notice how Superman movie is not doing well in the internationally?
I thought he did do well.
Mm, it's not. It's not like a like.
It
It's not
outdid
doing.
domestic market.
Huh?
It outdid the domestic market.
Yeah, we're doing fantastic in domestic market, but that internationally they're not doing too well.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Like, so I'm saying the international ticket sales outweighed the domestic market.
It did.
It did, yeah. It was more sales
Yeah,
globally.
but you talk about global versus one country, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
But
yeah, I
global
mean,
sales were stronger, is what I'm saying.
yeah, I think they have to have a. It has. I mean, before they projected $1 billion break. Now, after the international poll showing that it's no longer $1 billion projected, uh, and because it's not as strong as before. It
Yeah,
didn't do
and
well
I
in
feel like
China. It didn't do well in Korea.
it's a real marketing. It really is around people's enthusiasm going into opening week.
Uh-huh.
Um, there was this Fox News came out with the fact that why would Fox News say it's woke like right before the movie opened? Like who think about Fox, right? Fox is a part of the 21st century Fox, right?
Yeah.
I
Well, I
mean,
mean,
that says everything right there. Why would Fox News come out and make a critique on Superman? Of all the things they have to hate on, why would you hate on like a movie right before its release? So there's forces at work here. Hey, Damien,
Hey
they're
guys.
very nefarious. They're
I think
trying to bring Superman down.
we are getting a little too political here. Bring us
Well,
down,
I
sir.
missed some of the conversation because I was having dinner, but then I wanted to
Okay.
jump in anyway because I love the movie a lot.
Oh
I
yeah.
plan to go see it again in a few days.
Yeah,
Yeah, I might even watch it third time. So
there's all the advocacy you need. Damien, right? Like,
Lifelong
come on.
Superman fan loves it.
Yeah.
yeah, well, it's
I have little things I didn't love, but the overall vibe I loved.
yeah.
Me too. I didn't. So when I came out of it, I didn't love it, but I liked it so much that I was able to overcome those little
Right.
objections.
What's most important to me is people. Do I like those people? Do I want to see them again? You know,
Hmm.
that's most important to me, right? It's like a
Right.
character in a book. When I read a book, I feel like I want to visit that person again, right? And when I'm watching a movie, I like Clark Kent. I like Superman. I like Lois Lane, and
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to see more of those characters.
yeah, even if I have to repeat the movie again,
I was particularly dubious about Lois at first, but by the end of the movie, I was a Lois fan. She was a little, I don't know how to put it, but she was a little less your classic Lois, the hard reporter, and she seemed more like at first like some chick just hanging out or something. But by the end, she was really cool actually. So I'm looking forward to more of that.
actually, I mean, yeah, she really went out. She actually rescues Superman.
Yes, yes. They gave her a very active role, which was nice. She wasn't
Yeah.
just falling from buildings and being caught by Superman.
So,
You got me. Who
Damien,
got
let's
you?
get into what you liked about the movie and what you thought maybe. So I get. Let me back up. Not what you liked about the movie, but what you liked about Gunn's take on the character.
I think they did a really good job of making him human. I put that in quotes because obviously he's not really human, but making him very human, but still believable as a superhero. And that's a major achievement in itself, right? That's why Christopher Reeve was so good. Um, and so they did it in a slightly different way than Christopher Reeve, but I thought they made it work. And that's maybe the hardest thing to do, because Superman's so powerful. They downplayed his power a bit, starting the movie with him bleeding, which kind of bothered me at first. But
Because of his invulnerability.
overall,
Yeah.
he was vulnerable, but he was noble at the same time.
Mhm.
And that was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, he got beat up by his own brother. I mean, it's a clone, right? So
Oh, right.
it's not like he was beat up by some weakling. I mean,
And that the part where he was a little too easy to beat up at first. That would
Yeah.
be one of my quibbles. Not big enough to dislike the movie, but if I were to go in and tweak the script.
I think that kind of give you the urgency of. I had that made you go, who will beat up Superman like that?
Right.
Like,
You could argue he was being beaten up by himself with Lex Luthor's mind behind
right,
him.
right,
Because
right.
Lex Luthor was pulling the strings. But still, I think they should have made it harder for Lex Luthor to beat him with that technique. Like, eventually Luthor and the Hammer of Baravia would beat him, but maybe there would be a moment where it looked like Superman was going to win, and then Luthor pulls it off or something like that.
Well, the thing about these guys they are actually stronger than Superman physically, and Lex Luthor not only got the help from mentally, but he was a well trained team. Which I like. By the way, I like that part as well. Lex Luthor didn't do it by himself, and he
Right.
actually had a team. And the people who was in Lex Luthor's team, they were actually they're liking the guy. They're not.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the people who work for Elon Musk must like him.
Yeah. So I go and that's what that part I like. Another part I like about it is that the
Alexa, lights on.
Huh?
I'm turning my lights on. It's getting dark in here.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Oh,
what
you were
I like
talking
about
now.
I was talking about is that those people were actually contributing quite a bit. So it wasn't just Superman. Also, Lex Luthor had an unfair advantage of studying Superman all this time.
Right.
Whereas Superman didn't have. I mean, he knew all his moves and he categorized all his moves into certain. So he had a huge disadvantage, and
Right.
he
That
had
was
overcome
very
that.
clever, and it makes sense. Lex is obsessed with Superman, so he has spent, he's doing multi-dimensional chess in his head of how to beat Superman at all times.
Yeah, so, and you gotta have a formidable villain, and I thought Lex was a very. It's not that Superman's depowered, that Lex was so much better at coming out with how to beat Superman. So
Right.
Yeah.
I mean that's what it eventually end up being, right? But still, the Superman in comic book and in the movies, Superman always come out with the solution.
Yeah.
But with
I think
the
if
help
there's
from other people,
and
especially
this one was
Lois,
yeah.
and also
that's what I loved about the movie. Is like, you had this message of, I think in the backdrop, the people that are helping Superman are just a reflection of our society, right? So it's your everyday person on the street. It's your everyday person behind the scenes during that helpful scene. The thing so there are a couple things that bothered me about the Superman, this portrayal.
Yeah.
And they're really minor things, so I don't want to like overplay them, because that ultimately I enjoyed the movie, and I'm looking forward to more, just like the both of you. One was they introduced Ma and Pa Kent, but there was an absence of any mention of Lana Lang. They could have at least dropped a mention of her, something, but there was an absence there, and it's still a wait and see, because I think there's opportunities to introduce her down the road, and I would be very curious as to how they integrate her into the story, because I hope they do bring her in.
Yeah,
a vital part of that family. And the
Well,
other
they.
thing
Oh,
is
sorry. Go ahead.
the way they portrayed the origin story with the whole, you know, Jarrell and Laura being, you got to rule Earth, and you've
That
got,
was a big. That was
that
one of my
is
biggest
so
problems.
different because he's sent
Yeah.
here as Hope, and why would you insert this like hope for what if he's going to be?
Yes.
But that this is something that's revealed, but I don't think that's a true intention. I think the message was misinterpreted. I hope they reveal that maybe in the second movie. But if
I
they do
hope
it
so.
like that, it's so counter to the purpose of them sending their son to
Yeah.
Earth, right?
Unfortunately, there's precedent in the comics. Several versions of the recent Superman have had an evil Jor-El show up. He's alive after all, and he's evil, and I hate that.
I hate that too. Yeah.
Krypton is supposed to be this wonderful place that it's sad that it's gone. Not like they were these horrible,
And that's the
aristocrats who didn't
Snyder
care about
influence.
everyone else.
You know, that's a Snyder influence because
Yeah.
I think when he started incorporating these darker elements of the story, right? Like Pa Kent being killed and like
Yeah.
Superman having to reflect on like not being able to save people and kind of falling into this pit of despair. Like, you know, when you draw upon Mills of those themes, it plays into, hey, let's make Jor-El evil. Let's make the
Right.
Kryptonians like nefarious. That's not Superman. That's not the origin story. So
You want to
Yeah.
hear my prediction?
yeah,
I'd like to, yes.
I'm gonna. I think in the Supergirl movie, they're gonna address this.
They would need to, because Supergirl would have memories of what these
Yeah.
people were like.
Yeah.
yeah.
So she's gonna. I think she's gonna explain what's happening with the Joel, and I think that will make us again. This feels like one of those alternate facts. Alternate facts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
I
waiting
hope
to see
so.
on that for sure.
But
Um,
there are comics with, like I said, like the recent Brian Michael Bendis run had an evil Jor-El, and I don't like that at all. But it's possible they're just going to stick with it.
the
I hope I'm
animation,
wrong.
the recent animation, the Superman animation.
Oh yeah, the one that was like co-made with a Korean company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That had an
My
evil version.
Adventures with Superman. Yeah,
I think they had an even evil version of Joel in
of
different
Krypton.
animation.
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah.
Is that
I
the
think-
modern take though on Jor-El then?
I
Huh?
think it's like a lazy thing writers do to just add another layer of
Yeah.
villainy.
Well, you know, in Smallville, right, there was that whole question, like it was
Yes,
the same
that's
kind
true.
of scenario, but they flipped the script in that one and made it like Jor-El was giving guidance to him, and ultimately, you know, he was sent there as to do good, not evil. But
yeah,
that I hope that's the route they take, and that this whole thing is a misunderstanding, because that was a huge thing for me. I was like, what? Why would they go that route? And ultimately, it didn't ruin my appreciation for the film, but it stuck with me. Like, that's not.
It's a little thorn in the side of your
Right,
brain.
right.
That's how I found
Remember. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
At the end, instead of being soothed by images of Jor-El and Lara, he was soothed by Mom, Pa Kent.
Yeah.
And I think the lesson they want to say is it doesn't matter if you're adopted, it doesn't matter what your biological parents were. What counts is the parents that loved you.
Yeah.
So that's a nice message, but I still don't like the evil Krypton.
I mean,
you could do both without. You could have nice biological parents and nice adopted parents.
You can.
I mean, we used to the. I mean, here you got to remember this. You got to remember this. When these two Jewish men made this Superman, best analogy is Superman is Moses, right?
Yeah.
And so what does Moses do? uh, uh, free the people, these people
Yes.
from the evil
Mhm.
Egypt, right? so,
Yeah.
so perhaps we're the evil people.
But who was he
Oh,
supposed
I
to
see
free?
before, yeah. Rule
Yeah,
rule over the
I
evil
truly
people if you're good, right?
I truly hope that they unwind that somehow, and like Supergirl would be a great place to do that.
Yeah.
It would make me happy, but I don't know if they will.
Yeah,
Um,
if they live like that, I'd be unhappy as well. But
but the movie was so rich. There were so many different good things, and scattered throughout were little things that bothered me. But it's hard to complain when it gave you so much good stuff.
Oh yeah, it was so good. The
I
overall,
loved Mr. Terrific, or
oh
yeah,
yeah,
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific was great. Guy Gardner was great. I think
Yes,
the
yes.
perfect casting there. Um,
Jimmy Olsen wasn't bad. I My
Wilson was
daughter points out,
Jimmy
why don't
Olsen
they
was
ever
kind of
have a
creepy, though.
redhead Jimmy? Sorry, what'd you say?
Jimmy Olsen was kind of creepy, though. I mean,
His treatment of his ex-girlfriend.
yeah, that was horrible, horrible. I feel so bad for that lady. I feel so bad
But
for
at the
that.
end, I thought he is gonna date her.
I hope so. I
Like,
hope
I
so.
think she wore him down, and he realized he should date her after the sacrifices she made.
Yeah.
That was my interpretation.
Okay, I hope so because I just, I mean, I mean, I appreciated that Superman was helped by Jimmy, right? I mean, but if he was just a womanizer and
Yeah,
I, and
that's not Jimmy. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, then what's the difference between what is it? Is it doesn't matter how you got there. Means doesn't count.
right.
Just
But
like
I didn't think he was a womanizer. I think he dated this woman who was kind of crazy and then escaped her, and she ended up dating Lex Luthor. But she still is obsessed with Jimmy.
Yeah.
But then I felt like at the end he was like, okay, I'm gonna date her.
well, because Lois knows something. How,
I'll have to watch it because see, you've probably noticed more details too because you saw
yeah,
it twice.
When Lois says that she's hot, she's hot.
Ah, you're right. You're right. Yes.
So, he never thought about her being hot until someone else notices it. It's like
Right.
you don't know your wife is hot until someone else notices your wife is hot.
Some people are like that. Not everyone. What did you guys have you already discussed your thoughts on the Pocket Universe?
Oh no, we didn't really delve into that. But are you thinking? Are you thinking something like more comic related with the potential from there?
Well, I think it was interesting that they really amped up the super science. I
Super
love that
Saiyan.
there were robots were there, and that the fortress just rose up out of the ice if Superman's or someone with his genes comes by. And then with that pocket universe, that was really sort of way out there kind of sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
That
And I
was
both
nice.
liked it and felt like, how advanced is Lex Luthor? I mean, that was
Right. Like
pretty mind-blowing advances.
he's
I,
creating
I,
black holes, right? Like
He
controlled.
I'm,
truly is a super genius. He's a Superman of his own kind. I mean,
Right.
well, I
beyond
think
Einstein and stuff.
I'm hoping. Here's what I'm hoping. I don't mind Lex being so smart, but I think he ran into these things like boom tube. I think there's
Ah,
gonna be a boom tube. What do you think?
I did at first think it was a boom tube. When they went through it the first time, I thought, oh, they just went to apocalypse. But actually, it was just this pocket universe.
Well, I think they may bring the boom tube. That'd be so
Yeah.
cool if they brought the boom tube in, right? And that makes sense. Then you know, uh, Lex, you know, did tell me this: did Lex made Bizarro? Clone Bizarro?
Yes, he cloned Bizarro out of a piece of hair that he found of Superman's.
So this guy is a Bizarro.
He could be, yeah. He could be.
Ultraman is a
Yeah.
Bizarro, and
Right,
he
he
went
is.
through
He
the-
is.
I think he's still living.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't kill him. He could go live in a pocket universe.
Yeah, and didn't Bizarro always get trapped in a other universe before other dimension, not other dimension?
Yeah. Sometimes he's from another dimension. Sometimes he's a clone of that Luther made, and sometimes he literally comes from that square planet called Hitray.
This is true.
So
from the
So there's a lot of
backward
different
planet.
Bizarros.
So I think he could combine all that into this thing where he comes back from this other dimension, and
Yes.
Yeah.
and maybe he'll learn to speak a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Lex is going to find a way to escape from any prison they put him into.
Oh, he's already. I feel like he was already escaped. He was already in a. He didn't look like he was going. He didn't look like he was going into jail. They left the freaking windows open. I mean, you are putting in this high security place, and you have a. They're going to drive away with these windows open. Come on, I mean,
Yeah.
they should be even afraid of him getting shot, right?
Yeah.
But no, they just left the window open, and he was kind of leisure out, you know. So he was already out in my view.
I want to pivot to comic books for a little bit, because we have a situation here where this is the first, outside of the Batman movies, there hasn't really been any momentum around the larger DC catalog of characters, right?
Right.
But Gunn has this really bold vision of what he wants to introduce. There's works in the pipeline. We already know Supergirl's coming. We already know Batman and Wonder Woman are coming. There's like series like The Peacemaker. There's all these like, Creature Commandos. There's a Swamp Thing. There's things in the DC catalog that are already being teased. But within that, there's potential for additional villains. There's potential for supporting characters. And more importantly, big announcements around like other core characters that we don't know yet.
Right.
I just want to get your thoughts on what you think is going to happen, as well as who you'd like to see sooner rather than later.
You know, I'd almost be happy if they held off on Batman and Wonder Woman, because they did this good job with setting up the minor Justice League members, and I want to explore that a little more. I mean, that's what I want. I don't know what they'll do, but it would be cool to maybe, have a few more solo movies of some lesser characters, and then do the Justice Gang becomes the Justice League, of course, and sort of do that, but have it focus on more of the minor characters. Kind of like, I mean, Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy, and those were all unknown to most people, Marvel characters, and it became very popular.
What would be the vehicle for that for you, though? Like, if you were to bring in some minor characters, who would you like to see? I think they've even said like Sergeant Rock is one of the characters.
Oh, really?
Huh. Right? Yeah. Which is like interesting because it's a throwback that would be hard to integrate into. You know what I mean? He's like such a period.
He's so identified with World War II, which is a long time ago. I was thinking they could build up, maybe Blue Beetle and Booster Gold and things like that, and then have them join the Justice Gang, and then have a Justice League movie, and then maybe bring Batman in later.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That he may
That's
leave
very
that Batman
plausible.
universe alone too. The
Right.
he
Yep.
may just let that alone, and I mean, he already brought in some quirky. I mean, quirky characters for this
Yeah.
movie. So
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think he was going to bring out what's his name? What's his name?
Metamorpho.
Right off the bat, Metamorpho
Yeah,
is out there.
I was very surprised by that. He wasn't the same. I would have liked Metamorpho to be a little cooler, like because in the comics, Metamorpho is this kind of
He's
guy who
fierce.
likes
Yeah.
to drive race cars and do
Yeah.
dangerous things, not
Yeah.
just this crybaby. But I mean, and that was one of my big complaints. The Metamorpho baby that didn't quite
Completely
ring.
unnecessary.
It was just too weird. Like, where'd this baby come from? And but maybe we'll get a backstory on that, and it will make it fun.
Now,
Well,
how
yeah,
about you? Anybody
mean,
you want to see?
huh?
Anybody you want to see sooner rather than
Me, I mean, if you don't go weird, I mean, I love to see Legion of Superheroes.
Oh, I would love that too. I mean, that's tricky if they're trying to build up a universe to jump 1,000 years ahead.
But
They could do a movie where some members of the Legion come to our time.
well, I mean, he the way he did that timeline right off the bat, way he did that timeline, he just left the freaking whole timeline to he
Right,
left it open.
300 years, 300 years of metahumans.
yeah.
Like, what does he
Is
plan?
everybody
He must have a
basically, right?
plan for that to have put that in, but I can't even think of what he would do there.
I mean,
Yeah.
And he already come out with the black holes and boom. I mean, boom to like technology already, and it has no bounds. It's like it has no bounds.
Yeah, he's definitely willing to just go for it. Throw the crazy ideas up on the screen and see what happens. Maybe he'll bring in the new gods. I mean, they kind of screwed up the new gods in the old movies they did a while back.
They did.
Yeah, they had Apocalypse attack, but Darkseid wasn't there, and none of the good new gods were there. Because it would also be fun to like just bring in Mr. Miracle and Big Barda,
Yeah.
and then later reveal where they came from or something like that.
I think that's more along the realms of possibility than impossibility. Because Darkseid he's first of all, yeah, I know they tried in the Zack Snyder movie and I thought that was an okay, way to bring Darkseid in. I didn't. I like that part of the movie, the Justice League movie, that the fact that he was the main villain. But I think I don't know if they want to go back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always possibilities there. I don't know if they necessarily want to reintroduce him right away when there's a lot of people that just saw him in the Justice League.
Yeah. Well, and because this movie is successful, they'll no longer be like that Batman's their only successful thing, and so they think they have to go dark and gritty. It's like, oh, now we can go fun with quirky,
right.
interesting characters.
And this is tell me what your thoughts on this are. I was thinking they would bring in, so this is, at some point, they're going to have Batman meet Superman, right? So they don't have a relationship now, but at some point they're going to do something together. And I was talking about this in my stream a while back after the movie, that we've never seen outside of animation, we've never seen a portrayal of Batman and Superman as friends working together and being that world's finest. And James Gunn has said he wants to do a world's finest. So
okay, well, that's a good clue.
A friendship version, a buddy version.
Did he say Brave and Bold? Brave and Bold?
Well, Brave and Bold, but he said he wants to eventually do world's finest.
I'm really surprised. Otaku Hyung, I'm really surprised that you will not bring this up as a possibility.
Okay.
I'm really surprised. uh,
Oh,
you,
I know where you're going, yeah.
I mean, engineer, right? You know, I don't know if you watch all the credit. Have you seen? Have you noticed in credit?
Jim
They
Lee, yeah.
thank
They
they
thank Jim
thank
Lee.
Jim Lee.
Yeah. I saw
Did
that.
he create the engineer, Jim?
Yeah, he created the engineer.
It's from Wildstorm. I know
Wildstorm, yes.
that.
Yeah. So
Jim Lee even made a post about it. Like he was
Ah,
showcasing the actress that played the engineer.
right. I did wonder, will they maybe turn her into a good guy eventually? Was the engineer a good guy in Wildstorm? I think.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think there were
So
characters
maybe
like
she can be converted from a bad guy to a good guy over time.
Yeah, the Authority was kind of like one of your kind of underground, like covert teams that
aren't
were
they anti-hero? I mean,
yeah,
like a more like anti-hero than a hero themselves.
anti-hero,
Yeah.
but trying to do good things. Yeah. Hyung, so are you, what with Wildstorm? Where are you going with what? Who do you think they'll introduce?
No, I just wanted to mention. I'm surprised that you will not bring in these white because I didn't know much about Wildstorm. So I don't know. Why didn't,
Some of the
I think
authority
it's
is
too soon and too drastic to go what Wildstorm characters. I'm glad they're doing
right.
the authority, and that's sort of an exploration. But to bring in more characters that from that universe, I think is just too much for mass. Well, maybe it's
Right.
the perfect opportunity, but I think for DC fans, it's just too much too soon. But I'd love to see that. Yeah.
I think the authority also has the problem that they have a character that's like Batman and a character that's like Superman. So to bring in characters that are sort of commentary on the other characters too soon is particularly problematic. But I could see them trickling in some of the Wildstorm characters here and there.
Yeah. I was saying in my earlier live stream that because they're going the route of Tom King with Supergirl,
Right.
I think they'll incorporate more of his Batman run when they introduce. Because think about it.
So that's interesting.
Yeah. It's
Would
like
you
you
go-
have Superman and Lois, right? There's a romance there. When you introduce Batman, and it's already been done in the Reeves, right? You have this great Selena character who's his, and that was very well received. I think you got to do something similar. You got to keep Selena in the mix in terms of Batman's his quest versus what he finding solace and peace with his trauma, right? So I think it's a good way to bring those four characters in some kind of collegial, just intimate collegial relationship, the four of them. It would just play so well with what King introduced in his run. And I'm thinking makes sense for James Gunn to take that approach for the movie as well. Even if he doesn't do it like verbatim, just keep the elements of that light kind of, more positive. Like these characters are growing, they're making progress. It's not so dark and gritty, right?
Right.
I mean,
Have a fun relationship with Batman and
Right,
Catwoman.
right.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, I think that Martha was so Martha, the Martha was so corny as heck. I mean, talk about corny. But
I love that part of it.
really,
They were just so what you expect, like Clark's upbringing to be, just small town, right? American, traditional American, salt of the earth, Midwestern values. I love that part of the movie. Um, and yeah, the fact that he was like, he wasn't so caught up on his past versus like what he was gifted with here, loving parents, a great upbringing that really molded him into, because Superman is ultimately a reflection of his upbringing, right? If he didn't have that loving, nurturing environment, I don't think he would care enough to try and save, as people
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Those parents are his lodestone.
Yeah.
Which again is why he's having them projected at the end of the movie around him as he's being healed. Are there villains? Who would you like to see next in the next Superman movie as a villain?
That's a great question.
I'd like to see Brainiac for me.
That's who I'd like to see, Brainiac.
And
since they're good at the super science, I figure you can do a really wild, crazy Brainiac story.
And there's another thing that could explain why
the message.
Why the message has a alternate fact in it, because Brainiac manipulated it.
That could be very true. Yeah, that would be a great way to solve that problem.
Because you know what I'm talking about, Otaku, Hyung?
Which one?
Huh?
That related to Brainiac?
Brainiac planted the seed.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Brainiac is the one who planted the seed, saying he's Joel is an evil person.
That could be it. Yeah.
Because then he could come back and become a savior for,
right.
You think sometimes Brainiac is the cause
too? Then,
huh?
You think they would introduce Kandor?
Oh, I don't know.
That would be. I think that would be a really great. I would love to see that, actually.
Yeah. Kandor? Well, if you introduce Brainiac, it's definitely a good way to introduce Kandor.
Right. Yeah. That would be great.
I wonder if
I think that's where I would lean as well for villain.
Have they said, is the Supergirl movie coming soon? Because
yeah, I think that's the next movie.
So that'll be the next one. Then that may reveal a whole lot more about what Krypton's really about.
Have you seen have you read the book? This new series?
I have, yeah.
The Tom King series. I read half of it and I never finished it.
It's good. It's good.
The art was wonderful, and she was kind of going from planet to planet, and I forget why I fell off of it, but
yeah.
So how she get to the red planet on the red planets on the? I mean, how she come back and forth?
She has a rocket ship in the book that takes her, and then later she takes like space buses.
Yeah, there was like space cargo ships that she like.
So no time dilation problem.
No, they completely ignore time dilation. And also, well, Tom King's astronomy skills bothered me.
Oh, really?
He thought there could be a whole galaxy of red suns.
Oh. A whole galaxy of red suns.
His idea that she would go to a planet with a red sun because she just turned 21 and she wanted to experiment with alcohol. Yeah. That was kind of clever. But then when she was stuck in a galaxy of red suns, I just thought that was a bit silly. But a lot of comic book writers don't even understand what a galaxy is.
So I mean, that's why I'm okay with the. I mean, that's why they need to build a boom tube. That way they could just zap in, zap out of there,
That gets you out of the whole time dilation problem.
Yeah.
Right, because if you went to another galaxy, you'd have a lot of time dilation.
Right. Yeah, you come back and everybody's dead.
It'd be millions of years later.
Yeah, that is interesting how they'll. I hope, because like in the Woman of Tomorrow, yeah, she's traveling to these other galaxies. I know there's also a run of her where it's teased that like it's like you said, like it was teased that there was some kind of weapon that the Kryptonians made to destroy Earth or something, and then she goes to investigate whether this is true or not, and she flies there, right, at the speed of. So these like the physics of space travel and returning, like
Yeah.
that's not because she returns and she's like, oh, I didn't find anything, right?
You
So
have to ignore that because they
right, you
come
have to
back a
ignore
day
it.
later
You have to
or
ignore
something.
the science behind the comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why comic book is not science fiction. Comic book is not science
Right.
fiction.
Yeah.
Well, I do like when they use science fiction elements, even though they're not consistent.
Yeah.
Like the pocket universes have a certain amount of physics behind them, but the black hole getting out of control and causing a rift on Earth, that would have been the end of Earth just like that.
Yeah, you can control black.
I love
I
how
mean,
he's like coding to
Just put in
stitch
some
it back
code and the black
together, right?
hole will
He's
go
just like
away.
coding like it's
you
some
can
kind
control
of
black hole. I mean,
algorithm.
these guys are super smart dudes. I mean, who needs a brainiac when you got these guys?
And if you're falling into a black hole, all you need is a dog to pull you out. I mean, Crypto was wonderful.
Oh yeah, he's
So-
all
Stole the show.
AI.
And you know what? He's
That was good
that's the
to
thing
see,
about
yeah.
they set it up to where I think Gunn knew coming out of this, if anything, Crypto would be the star, right, of the show. And they basically insert him into the next movie. So you don't have to wait to
Right.
get more Crypto. You're getting more Crypto in the Supergirl movie, right? So it's brilliant.
That's true. Yeah. And I loved the robots. Those were done just
Those
right.
were surprisingly, very entertaining.
And much better than that they all looked exactly like Superman, like in the Silver Age. That would have been weird. But,
yeah.
and that they're obviously developing personalities. I really like that a lot.
I love Gary. Gary.
Yeah.
We didn't make fun of Gary be casual comic guy. Hey, we find
Yeah, that line where he's like, he's acknowledged that we could care less if he lives or dies. He stopped listening to us once he found out we were machines, basically. That was hilarious.
Yeah, they were like passive-aggressive robots. I would love, I mean, I'm sure it won't happen, but I would love like a Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen movie. And you could just have Superman in the background while bizarre things happen to Jimmy.
I think they have teased that Jimmy Olsen's going to get his own TV series.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be good.
I mean, I would imagine the tone of that would be completely, just on the comedic
Fun side.
right? The fun comedic side.
Mr. T might get. I mean, the T what's his name? But
Mr. Terrific.
Terrific. He may get a TV show.
It would be
Yeah,
smart to give
hope
him
so.
his own movie or TV
I
show.
hope the Justice Gang gets their own little, their own little story, because more Green Lantern would be great. Well, the Green Lantern is getting their
TV show
Green
too.
Lantern core series, right, where they're introducing Hal Jordan and John Stewart. It's going to be like a buddy cop.
Buddy cop
movie, I guess. That's really the prospect of that is very exciting, right? Because everybody loves Green Lantern.
I think
You're bringing all the lanterns in.
It was really clever to choose the. I mean, I didn't like it at first when they choose Guy.
Yeah.
I didn't like that at first, but it's really clever they choose him because you really don't want another superhero that people like on the same.
Right.
The same for Superman.
It gave you a nice contrast.
Yeah. So that way you got those other Green Lantern who could act serious and not goofy like this guy. And
any predictions for aside from the stuff we already know, something like a bold prediction that you think this has a good chance of Gunn exploring or doing, or are you just kind of keeping an open mind?
I would love to see Adam Strange. That could be like a fun
You
like,
know,
thing
this,
that most people other than us fans would like. What the hell?
I mean, it's getting so really space adventurism. You know, the Lantern Corps and all that. But
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, I think because
I
like
already
I said,
mentioned what I want to see. I want to
like I said,
see.
Tom King. I think Tom King is they're leaning heavily on his guidance as like maybe an advisor for the movie, because you could definitely see well they're pretty much adapting his story for Supergirl, right? So in terms of keeping, and you saw themes of his Superman and Lois character in this movie. So I think in keeping with that, continuity, I wouldn't see why they wouldn't bring in his Adam Strange
By the
Adventure.
way, did Tom King did the first issue special collaboration? Who did that?
What do you mean first issue special?
You know, there was Warrior in there, and there was remember the first issue special from '70s?
Yeah, but Tom King wasn't alive then.
I know, but the new comic book series.
Oh yes, he did the thing based on the first issue. You're right. Sorry, I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
Tom King
okay.
do that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
forget what they called that one. The title of it. It wasn't first issue special, but
So what I
you're talking
want
about, like DC All In.
no, there was a mini series that Tom King did that included all the characters who had shown up in all the different first issue specials, like Manhunter and
one thing I didn't like about it is he made Warlord bad guys. So,
yes, I didn't like that either.
but anyway, reason I mention him because he keep track of Bronze Age books. Obviously, he had to do that, right? So,
Right.
so
I think James Gunn likes the superheroes more than Tom King does. Like Tom King likes to knock the heroes down a notch. Like I didn't love the way he did Adam Strange, but like I was watching an interview with Gunn, and he was reeling off all the great Superman artists. He really knew all the different ages and stuff, and so I think he'll. I mean, Tom King's good because he's very creative, but I think he needs to be balanced out by someone who's going to keep things fun and positive. And I think hopefully Gunn will continue to do that.
yeah, I don't want Tom King ruining more of my heroes.
Right. And that, where he turned Warlord into a bad guy, that's
Yeah, that was like
kind of typical Tom King. And he basically turned
And
Adam
that's where
Strange
I'm
into a
worried
bad
too,
guy.
because, like I said, like the whole Jor-El Laura thing kind of bothered me, but I know it was a modern take, and I know they're kind of taking the whole Supergirl thing too as a modern take, right?
okay, I'm
I
gonna
hope
make a
they do
prediction on
keep
that.
some of the original like backstory on Supergirl. I hope they keep it somewhat congruent, but we'll see. I know it's too goofy to really be believable for that character, but
I think it will be resolved in Supergirl's movie because it gives Superman a reason to have a personal moment with the Supergirl. You know, hey, hey sis, I need a cousin. I mean, I need to find out. What was my dad like? I mean, that conversation has to happen, right? Even if he's disappointed in his parents, especially now that he's disappointed in his parents, he has to have that conversation with her, right?
yeah, she will remember, right? She will remember.
What was my parents like?
Yeah.
So I think that's a good moment of where Superman and Supergirl bonding. So,
yeah.
But,
They could also use Supergirl to connect with the Legion of Superheroes because she's often been used as a member.
Yeah.
And her relationship with Brainiac 13. What is it? What's Brainiac 5?
Oh yeah, that's true. So we could have a Supergirl and Brandy.
Yeah, and Hollywood loves, a little romance, so
Yeah.
that would be interesting.
Yeah. But the Supergirl has to travel to the future.
Well,
Yes.
they could put that into the Supergirl, because the other thing is that Tom King book is pretty single-minded. So they're probably going to have to add a lot of other stuff to it to make it a full movie.
Yeah, I think you could bring in, because I mean, you can't really bring in, like you can't bring in somebody named Saturn. What was his name? Saturn Boy
There's Saturn Girl.
or Saturn
Yeah,
Girl, and
Supergirl.
then
The
there's
Ultra Boy. There's Ultra Boy.
like the
Lightning
names
Lad.
themselves are like, you can't have these like ridiculous names,
Right, that's
as
true.
characters. But I
Well,
hope
you don't
they
like
do
Feral
pretty
Lad?
well.
What's wrong with the Feral Lad?
Feral
What
Lad.
about my Karate Kid? What about my
We
Karate
want
Kid?
lads and lasses and boys and girls.
My kids.
Karate Kid, right?
Yeah.
Karate Kid. Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, that will be a tricky thing for them to handle, but
Yeah.
and maybe they could use Supergirl, maybe not for the Legion, but to introduce other interstellar characters.
There you go.
She could go to Thanagar, things like that.
Yeah. I think ultimately, the concept of the Legionnaires, you could bring some. It doesn't have to be the literal. Although
That's true too.
Although fans would want that.
Yeah.
But, you could find some version of them where you could.
I could totally see Gunn doing a what's that movie? Guardian of Galaxy version of Supergirl, So
Yeah.
Right.
Do we know if he's going to direct it himself or is someone else going to?
I think Superman was the only thing that he wanted to direct.
Okay, so he'll be overseeing it, but someone else will direct it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually like this. Honestly, I don't want him to direct everything. Because I don't want to.
It's good to get.
I do hope he directs World's Finest, though, in the tone that he did this Superman movie, because I think that's what I'm really excited about. We've never had a buddy Bruce Clark, relationship where they generally have a strong bond and friendship where they're protecting each other's identity, trust each other with their identities. They have faith in each other's value.
I do miss Clark as a news reporter. I wanted to see more Clark as a news reporter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
yeah, I could see like a scene where Clark's interviewing Bruce in the same way, the same tone, right? You're
That'd be fun, yeah.
Probing Wayne Enterprises.
Actually, that's a nice twist. I mean, now he knows how to interview these superhero because of Lois.
The depressing questions, right?
Because I really love how Lois was kind of teaching him how to be basically teaching him how to be a human being, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, what's exciting is like Batman's going to figure out Clark's identity without any help, right? He's going to figure it out.
Yes.
And what I'm interested to see is how, because Superman can figure out Bruce's identity rather easily. So it's just going to be an interesting.
Batman goes.
How that
Superman goes. How do you figure out my glasses? He goes, because I'm a Batman. Bizarro. I mean, what was that glass again? Hypnoglass.
Hypnoglasses. Yeah.
Which was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Do you think that comic book's going to go up in price? Or I mean, I think it already went up in price.
It already went up.
But you think?
Oh, that's another good question. I know. Naman Hyung, you collect Superman books. Damien, I don't know if you're necessarily a Superman. I know you like Superman, but do you collect his books? So how
Yes,
you
yes.
actually have a really long run of Superman? I think you told me that, right?
I'm still, I mean, I have gaps, but I have 6 short boxes of Superman and Superman related comics. And I particularly try to get Silver Age,
Oh
Superman,
my goodness.
Action, Lois, and Jimmy.
Nice.
So I'm always on the lookout, especially, whenever there's a big sale at my comic book shops here, the main thing I'm looking for is Silver Age Superman. And
Nice.
I have quite a bit of Bronze Age Superman, but I'm a little less focused on that.
So because you have such an incredible collection, it sounds like, what do you think will be sort of if you were to give, like, okay, hey, you should get this book because of the popularity of the movie and the boost in demand for these books, these outside of Golden Age, obviously Golden Age,
Yeah.
that's already there. But like in terms of, I think we're going to see like a huge spike in DC Silver Age. What would you recommend that collectors focus their energy on?
I'm not good at that. I just don't know which ones.
You think Supergirl's that's Supergirl's first issue is a Bronze Age book, right?
Silver Age.
No, it's a very early Silver Age.
Yeah.
That's a
It's an
What's the
Action
big-
Comics. I forget which number Action Comics.
Oh, her first standalone series?
yes, first I think that started in Adventure Comics, right? Her first
No. She moved to Adventure later. She was introduced in Action Comics, and then she got a backup series in Action Comics. So she had half of every issue of Action Comics until she moved to Adventure.
no,
Yeah.
So at least I think of that as her standalone. It
Then
depends.
she had
on
a
the
solo-
standalone.
she had a solo series, right?
Yeah.
And she had several solo series.
Yep.
I just can't. I'm sorry, Otaku. I can't pick out individual issues because my brain doesn't work that way. So I haven't figured out myself which ones. There's some like, if Brainiac's the next villain, there's some classic Brainiac covers from the Silver Age, but I don't know off the top of my head the numbers of those issues.
Do you have first appearance of Brainiac?
I don't think so. No,
That's a big book.
I don't think I have that one. I don't know which issue that is.
What's your, like, I guess, most prized Superman book in that collection?
I don't even know. I don't even have a particular prized one.
You like them all, I think, equally.
So
Wait. So Silver Age is issued. Let's Superman would be 200 to 300, around there.
In the Silver Age?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Somewhere around 200.
I'm going to try and look at my CLZ. I see. You found a weakness in me as a collector. I just don't. I just keep buying.
You dig into those 6 long boxes, Damien.
Very randomly. So I haven't read them all. I hope to read them all sometime, but I just randomly pick out some and read them, and then I put them back in the boxes.
Yeah. Superman's
the earliest Superman I have is 112.
112.
I would enjoy seeing these kind of Superman where he's like fighting Hercules and Samson and characters out of mythology. That's always fun for me. So that was 112 that I was showing there. It's the oldest one I have.
How long did he say 300 years? 300 years ago?
Yeah, he said 300 years. I don't know, like, who in DC lore was 300 years ago?
Well, I mean,
there's a lot of stuff that's even older, like Atlantis has existed a long time.
Depending on what reboot you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
New 52 had that girl with the little hood. She started. She's like come from down of her ages, so she's definitely not it because she's earlier.
Yeah. Right. The New 52, they had superheroes in medieval times. what was that called? It was called the Demon Knights.
Mm, mm.
It centered around Etrigan, but they had a bunch of characters who had been around a long time, like Madame Xanadu and things like that. Yeah, I'm just not sure who would be 300 years ago. Like Vandal Savage would be 100,000 years ago. So it's a little puzzling what they have in mind, but they must. It was so specific. They must be planning to do something with that.
Oh yeah, I mean the timeline definitely have something to do with the future series, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
I mean it'd be strange to come out to heroes from 100,000 years ago when you're talking about 300 years. You know,
Yeah, I hope they don't do anything like time displacement type stories where you have just like characters from like prehistoric or colonial, like he's like
Yeah,
that would ruin. I know they could, to bring in some of these characters, you have to make those, period adjustments. But I hope they don't make it. They don't do it lazy like that. I hope if they're gonna do it, do put some more thought into it than just
yeah.
sucking him in from a time warp.
well, I'm looking to BoomTube. That's what I'm looking for. BoomTube, and bring back the Kirby's forever people.
Fourth World or Forever People.
Or Batmite. Bring in Batmite.
Batmite and Nix, what's his name? Anyway.
Mr. Mixaplexix. I never know. I hope they don't do those two characters, to be honest.
I understand. I mean, later on when we get tired.
Maybe in a cartoon or something, but
Here's
here's another one. Are we going to see more Super Pets?
ooh.
Are we going to see Streaky? Are we going to see Beppo?
Someone said there was a mention of Streaky.
Yeah, there was like a cat bowl or something, or something along those lines. That's like a reveal Easter egg.
And my daughter thought all those monkeys who were doing the typing, that one of those will be Beppo.
Right. That's what I thought too. I was like, one of those monkeys has got to get superpowers or something.
Those monkeys are now just running around in our universe. They left the Pocket universe. They must have been evolved monkeys or something.
That was another great scene. I
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Hey, Jess, I'm gonna have to. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's late your time. It was great. Thanks for letting me
these.
pop in.
Yeah.
This was a great conversation.
I
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
that was fun. I'm really glad you popped in because even though I enjoy some of these political talks, I really don't want it on my channel that much. Anyway, hey, can you cut it out, guys. Anyway, Chad, thanks for being there, guys. Hey, John, appreciate you guys. I really wanted to talk about this. I'm really glad that me and my daughter talk about it, but we don't talk that much about it.
Right.
And I'll go watch movie, and I only talk about it myself. Hey, look how much I love. Look how much.
I'm glad you both enjoyed the movie, and this movie is creating a lot of positive vibes. I feel like for the DC universe. So that's exciting.
That's what has me heartened the most. I said I hope this brings the mass audience to appreciate and love the character again, and we're seeing that. That's what I walked out of the film with most positively. It was like, not that I love the film so much, but I love what the film was doing to the people around me. So
right.
I definitely think this movie gave it a new blood into the new energy into the superhero movie.
Yeah, I think it's got most people looking forward to a DC cinematic universe, which before, after the Justice League, it was like no one cares.
Yeah.
But also there's a feedback loop from movies back to comics. So if you have the success of a fun movie, I think we'll see more fun comics.
Oh yeah,
They were already moving in that direction lately at DC for more fun comics.
You
So
think they're
that's,
the more quirky comic book like Metal Man and stuff like that?
I think so. I think so. Yeah. They just did a really good Metamorpho series, a mini series that I highly recommend. That was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, you need to get to bed, so I'm sorry for bringing up another topic.
Hey, thanks, guys.